AIS, each year's Anti-Bullying Week, we do something different. This year, we believe that change starts with us, which is about encouraging people not to underestimate the power of their voice.
We all have a voice, whether or not we feel like we do, and we can use it to create positive change in so many situations.
Bullying is no longer simply a bump in the road of adolescents.
Nowadays, it has become an epidemic with long-lasting consequences, such as depression and in some cases, suicide. Children and teenagers should be able to live a life free from bullying and harassment.
It is time that we all take a stand against this. Here are some stories from a few strongly brave AIS students that decided to anonymously speak up about their experience and opinions regarding bullying. Bullying someone just shows how insecure you are about yourself and how you're trying to make yourself feel better by hurting others. Try to make a change in someone's life by simply smiling at them. You never know how much happiness one can receive from a simple smile.
I was bullied as a kid, and all was left out, and that caused me to struggle with communication.
I was once bullied as a child in kindergarten. I never really complained about it. I just tried to distance myself from the bullies, only to later find out that this is something I should really speak up about, and I'm really glad that I did.
In elementary, I was really chubby, and I was called names and all sorts of mean things. I felt left out.
I was told that I was worthless and that I should kill myself, and there were so many times where I almost did it.
Being abused, depressed, ethic doesn't justify bullying. Just because you feel upset doesn't mean you can abuse someone else. Know your limits.
When I was small, I used to always get bullied for the way I walk because I had a medical problem with my legs. I would always go home and cry to my mom about it, and she would ask me what's wrong. I told her that the kids at school are calling me a penguin, and they'd give me looks and talk about me whenever I passed by them. And because of that, I had a really low self-esteem. I would always look down at myself. But as I grew, my whole entire family, my cousins, my uncles, my aunts, and my best friends that I have with me right now, they taught me to love myself and see myself as a strong and independent person. They are the reason that I have self-confidence now, and they are the reason I can stick up to people who are rude to me, or to bullies, or people who can't stick up for themselves. And for that reason, I'm so thankful to have them by my side.
Back then, I used to bully some of my classmates because they didn't have friends. They weren't interactive people, or people who were able to stand for themselves. So they seemed weak to me, and it was fun to make jokes about them. But then, by the time I realized what I used to do is just to grab my friend's attention and to be the joker of the group, I even realized something important that everyone should know, which is that we are all humans. We all have feelings. We should respect and stand for each other, and we should know that words can kill people. Our words can lead people to have depression and lonely life, thinking that everyone hates them and they don't deserve to live. To be honest, I regret everything I did in the past. I wish I had the chance to go back in time. Back in elementary, in another school, I was bullied by this girl on a daily basis. Every morning I would sit on the bench and she would come over and hit me, and sometimes would bring her friends and start calling me names. And I tried to stand up for myself and push her away when she came close. But when everyone saw me do that, I got beat up by everyone because she was a girl and I was a boy. And no one believed me, and the teachers just hated me for no reason. And I could never stand up for myself, because if I hit her back, I am not a man. And if I don't do anything and just get bullied by her, I'm still not man enough. It just affected me a lot. And I just told my parents I wanted to change to another school, because I couldn't make friends. And thankfully, I moved to AIS, and I was casually bullied. But I made friends who stood up for me. And although what happened back then affected me a lot, I make sure that it doesn't happen to anyone else, because it just ruins someone's life, and some people can't handle much pressure. Sometimes society should be anti-bullying every day and not once a week. I am really thankful that I am able to share this and get it off my chest.
The story I want to share with you all today wasn't really easy to write, but I will say it to show some people what bullying does to a person and how it can negatively affect them. As a child since kindergarten, I was always a sensitive kid, and other kids used that against me. I'd always cry a bad mark that I got and was overall really sensitive. Not only that, but I got easily emotionally hurt by mean words or mean acts, and my tears would frequently pour down by people just shouting at me. So these acts were used against me. I was also a bus student, and in middle school and elementary school, the boys kept on calling me names, pushing me around and pushing me to my limits until I cry. And they would enjoy seeing me cry. My parents were very close to me, so I always told them everything that happened. They would complain, cheer me up, but most importantly, they taught me valuable lessons that I would like to share with all of you today. They taught me that no matter what happens, it's not an imperfection in me. It's just that they are jealous of who I am as a person and what I am, and that I shouldn't even care a bit about what anyone tells me, because they don't deserve my tears. And they told me that I shouldn't spend any thought or time with people who don't stand up for me, who would laugh along and later say sorry. My parents also taught me to trust in myself and never give up. And never get sad because of a bad mark, just work harder and get a better mark next time. And most importantly, they taught me to always fight back when people are trying to bring me down. Eventually, step by step, I started fighting my own fights, defending for myself, working hard and never looking back at mistakes as regrets, but look at them as lessons that I learned. I became confident in my own shoes, and until this day, I'm still kind to everyone. I help everyone out, since I know that nobody should be treated like I was. You might assume that these experiences had a positive impact on my life and didn't affect me negatively at all, but I can assure you that's not the case. These experiences might have made me confident, but I detached myself from the society for quite a bit of time until I recovered. I have gained major insecurities that are just still hidden behind my confidence mask. I also have major trust issues that really affecting me in trusting people with anything and everything until this day. I just want to remind you all to be careful with your words and actions, because you never know how a single word or action may impact a person. Take care of yourself and be kind.
Coping with bullying may be difficult, and it is important to get help along the way.
Recovery is never solitary. It may be difficult to talk about this experience with friends and loved ones,
But having the support of others is a key predictor of minimizing the long-term consequences of this experience.
More than 1 out of 5 students every year experience a form of bullying.
Chances are this is happening to someone you know and care about. Every child has the right to feel safe and supported.
Check up on your loved ones. You never know what could be happening to them. Stand up to bullies, because change starts with each one of us.